for Melanie's Muses here, where I vlog about things in the entertainment world that are interesting to me, and hopefully you guys follow along for the ride. Today I want to touch on a topic that is very important to me because I work with a lot of authors and I also work with a lot of reviewers, and I see problems coming up on Amazon all the time. So today I'm going to talk about how to leave a book review for Amazon and not get flagged. Step one is pretty obvious. Make sure you are eligible to leave reviews. Other than if you buy a product from Amazon, if you're leaving a review for a book that maybe you haven't purchased but you received a copy of either from the publisher or the author, you need to have spent at least $50 in the last year using either a credit card or a debit card on the Amazon account you want to use. I have heard that people are a little upset that there is a monetary component to Amazon requirements, but when you think about it, Amazon is a shopping site and they are trying to get reviews that will help other people choose what to buy. That is what your review is ultimately there for, to help other consumers, or in this case readers, choose whether or not that is a book that they want to buy. And that brings me to point number 2. Amazon will quite often ban accounts that only leave 5-star reviews. I've seen a lot of reviewers who've done nothing wrong that they can work out other than leave just 5-star reviews. Some people don't like to leave book reviews if it's going to be under 5 stars because it does affect the Amazon algorithm. We hear all the time from authors that the Amazon algorithms are very dependent on good reviews, but they need to be honest reviews. It could be that you only want to post your 5-star reviews. I get that. 5-star reviews are fantastic for an author. But really, if that's all you want to do, you need to stick to Goodreads or start a blog, do your reviews on there, because if you're only posting 5-star reviews, Amazon views it as not helpful. If you think about it, if somebody's reading your reviews and they go down your whole list and everything is 5 stars, they don't know you. They don't know you as a reviewer, and so they have nothing to compare it to. It literally looks like, okay, this reviewer rates everything 5 stars. So from a consumer point of view, that is not helpful. That does not mean I think it's okay to be going on there giving really, really low ratings. I mean, honestly, if you really hate a book, just don't give it a rating. There's no need to give it a rating. Just ignore it. Put it off to the I don't care pile. But I know for me, there are a lot of books that sit in that good but not great category. And so I tend to rate those 3.5 to 4 stars. If you rate it 3.5 stars, there's nothing wrong with saying in your review, I'm rating it 3.5 stars, rounding up to 4. That gives the person reading the review some kind of guideline, like, okay, it wasn't quite an okay book, you know, it was a good book. But then if they read some of your other 4-star reviews and it's a solid 4 stars, and those are the words I use, solid 4 stars, it kind of lets them know where you're coming at as a reviewer and what books appeal to you, because we all like different stuff. There are certain authors that are must-reads for me that other people won't like, and vice versa. And the idea is you get people to follow your Amazon reviews and they will pick up on what you're liking, and if you like the same stuff, they'll be interested in seeing what you have to say. My next tip sounds a little weird, and it probably goes against everything that Amazon likes to tell you, because they are forever trying to get you to link up your accounts. Link up your Facebook, link up your Twitter, link up your Goodreads, especially Goodreads now that they're all sort of interconnected and what have you. Don't do it. This is what I'm finding from a lot of reviewers. You may follow that author on Facebook, you may be involved in a reader group that talks about them, or even has that author in there. Amazon will track back these links, find out where your links are, and that gets you flagged. Gets you flagged as knowing the author. Maybe the author, they think an author's a friend. These are bots that are going through looking for these connections. It's not like a rational human being that will sit there and say, oh yeah, you know, she's in a Facebook group, the author's in the Facebook group, does not mean they're best buddies or what have you, doesn't mean their review's less honest. It's a bot program. It is going through, if it finds those ties, likely you're going to get flagged. Most of the time, if you're getting flagged and you're not actually doing anything wrong, you can fight with Amazon customer service and get your account reinstated. These tips are to try and prevent that happening in the first place. That's what we're aiming to do, get people out there reviewing, but not getting into trouble with Amazon. So don't link the accounts. Keep your accounts completely unlinked. I actually have an account that I just use for reviewing books. I don't even have my Amazon Prime through it. I have that through a different account. And I know people will probably think I'm crazy because they're like, okay, so you have 2 accounts and you have to spend at least $50. Trust me, I spend that easily. It's not, I'm an Amazonaholic. I buy most of my stuff on Amazon. I know, go to real shops, support real people and all of that. I have an autoimmune disease. Being at home and shopping on Amazon works for me. This next tip is a little bit hit or miss. It's just something that I've noticed. If you have an author that you really like, Buy their books. Even if you get a review copy, buy the book. Buy the book before you post the review so you have a verified review. Verified reviews lets Amazon know that you're purchasing the book, so even though you may have got a review copy, you've purchased the book and you write your review, and Amazon sees that as, okay, you've got the product and you're reviewing the product. A lot of authors have really good deals on release days, coming up to release days, if you do a pre-order, things like that. So if money is a little bit tight, definitely watch for those kind of things if it gives you the option to do a verified review. Having a mix of verified and non-verified reviews definitely gives you more credibility, I feel, in Amazon's eyes, or the Amazon bot eyes, whatever. So it's just a suggestion from me. I've definitely noticed since I started doing that, my review credibility has gone up. I've had more likes on my reviews, which Amazon definitely likes, because verified reviews go to the top. So especially if you're looking to make a name as a reviewer, or you want your reviews to be seen, that is a good way to get them at the top of the page. And finally, I don't think this has anything to do with whether or not your review gets accepted by Amazon. I'm just talking from a reviewer standpoint here. Do not just quote the synopsis of the book. Everybody can read the synopsis. They can read what the story is about. What they want to know is your thoughts on the book. Did you like the story? Did you like how it played out? I hate spoilers. Don't put spoilers in reviews. Don't put, who ended up with who, unless it's very obvious. If you're reading, like a romance and it says in the top and you're pretty obvious, A is going to end up with B. That's fine. But other than that, was it a page turner? Did it pace well? Did you feel that everything was laid out in an order that made sense for you? Was something missing? Do you find that there was something that you feel maybe the author knew and they didn't put on the page? That sort of stuff for people reading reviews is fantastic. If you're reading a new author, put who they remind you of. Do they remind you of somebody? I also put in my reviews if things end on a cliffhanger. There's an article I have up on my blog which talks about people punishing authors and leaving bad reviews if they have a cliffhanger in their book. Books have cliffhangers, people. Just deal with it. It's actually excellent marketing strategy. If you love this book so much that you get to the cliffhanger and you're like, oh my goodness, where's the next book? That is a good thing. But I do know that some of my review followers in particular don't like cliffhangers, and so I do note at the bottom whether this is part of a series that you can read this one as a standalone, or whether you are anxiously awaiting the next one. Maybe you want to wait till all the books out to read it. You're cool. I think that pretty much wraps it up. Those are the things that I've noticed and why my review count is pretty successful, and I don't seem to have very many problems with Amazon. I mean, you get the odd one, but it hasn't ever been something where my account has got shut down. Make sure that you are qualified to do a review, that you have met the $50 requirement. Make sure that your accounts are not linked up. That is so important. Do not link your accounts up to Goodreads and Twitter and all of that stuff. Keep them separate. Facebook too. Everything should be separate on your review account. Try and purchase the books if you can. Verified reviews are always going to look good in your favor. And remember, do not just give 5-star reviews. As tempting as that might be and you think you're helping the author, you're actually hindering yourself as a reviewer because you are losing credibility. And one thing I might not have mentioned, do not ever put, I received this book in exchange for a review. If you feel that you need to put stuff because Amazon says you're supposed to declare it, put that you received a complimentary copy from either the author and the publisher with no expectations, and that the review that you are posting is 100% your opinion. I cannot stress this enough. Authors and publishers are not allowed to send you books in exchange for reviews. It breaks the rules. It's not acceptable, but they are allowed to send you out a book if they think you will like it. And I think that's about it. Wow, that was a whole lot of talking. I thought this one would be a little bit shorter, but I guess I had a lot to say. Those of you that follow me on Facebook and have been to one of my Facebook Lives know that without a little time limit in place, I can get a little bit rambly. Talking of Facebook, we do a Facebook Live show, me with my husband, every Sunday at noon Eastern Time. We do talk some books, there's a lot of TV talk, there's giveaways, trivia. It is a lot of fun. I would love if you jumped over and joined us there. Melanie's Muses on Facebook, noon Eastern Time. And of course, please do all the fun YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Get this out there. If you're an author, share it with your fans. Tell them this is the best way to get reviews up there for you. Good reviews. Reviews that Amazon isn't going to take down, because, the Amazon bots do get a little bit takedown happy at times. And then join me back here on my YouTube channel to see what I'm going to be musing about next. I will see you soon. Bye.